A non-governmental and non-profit organization, Maker of Four Foundation, have put smiles on the faces of inmates of the Kuje Correctional Center, Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, the POA, as well as Police Officers' Wives Association POA, with food items worth 60 million naira as the Yuletide season draws close. Vice President of the foundation, Barrister Adora Ofo, who presented these gifts items to the different groups, said the gesture was part of its mandate to improve lives and reach out to the vulnerable groups. Maker of Four Foundation, CIOF, whose activities are aimed at mitigating the challenges of poverty and creating life, improving opportunities for the marginalized and vulnerable groups in the society through education, health, and human services, believes no one should be left behind. The vice president of the foundation said the donations were a modest way of showing empathy to people whose circumstances appeared helpless and put smiles on their faces in the spirit of celebration. The items donated to the inmates include 50 bags of 50 kg rice, 5 bags of 100 kg beans, 5 bags of 100 kg gari, 50 cartons of noodles, 10 jerry cans vegetable oils, 20 bundles of tissue paper, 100 tubers of yam, 10 cartons of tomatoes, and 5 bags of salt.
This event is made possible by the visions and thoughts of my dear husband, who has always maintained that all men and women created by God need a touch of hope and love irrespective of their present circumstances. Consequently, Dr. Semekoff and Semekoff Foundation, the CIOF as it's called, have made available to the inmates of the Kuje Correctional Center the following items for their Christmas joy: 50 bags of 50 kg rice, 5 bags of 100 kg beans, 5 bags of 100 kg gari, and the 5 cartons of Indomie noodles, 10 jerry cans of vegetable oil, 20 bundles of tissue paper, 100 tubers of yam, 10 cartons of tomato, and 5 bags of salt. These donations are just modest and may not represent all the needs of the inmates. However, it challenges our collective sense of humanity to show empathy to all people of God whose circumstances may appear helpless. There is always hope in God, and we encourage all the inmates to see their present circumstance as a call for attitudinal change, behavior modification, skill acquisition period, and incubation period to become better citizens to our nation and humanity at large.
Responding on behalf of inmates, the Comptroller General of Nigerian Correctional Service, Haliru Nababa, who was represented by the Deputy Comptroller General in charge of welfare, Mary Lauren Onyora, appreciated the foundation for the gesture and assured them that the inmates will be taken care of once Christmas begins.
We are delighted to have you here today in our midst because there are a lot of other people out there who do not remember us. But it takes God for people to remember that there are people like us, like our inmates, that we still exist. And we say a big thank you. Thank you very much for remembering us, for thinking of us. Because if you were not thinking of us, you will not even remember that we exist. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure this afternoon to say you are welcomed, and my Comptroller General has said I should say a big thank you, that God will replenish your pockets wherever you got all this. It will come back to you in 100 folds. He is not here because he has other engagements today, and he has asked me to represent him. Alhaji Haliru Nababa, MNI, OFR, FICMC. Today is a great day, and we are happy, very happy, overwhelmed by joy. Our inmates in there who has been informed that there are people who have remembered them this season, Their joy knows no bound.
In a related development, the foundation also made donations to the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, the POWA, as well as the Police Officers' Wives Association, POWA, stating that it was meant for distribution to families of deceased and seriously injured service personnel who died serving their fatherland and those who got seriously injured while in the line of duty. Barrister Alfor pointed out that the various empowerment programs aimed at capacitating wives of armed forces and police personnel, some of which were ongoing, had also captured the radar of SEOF. Receiving the donations, Mrs. Erabo thanked Saimeka Alfor Foundation for its consistent support towards the welfare of the military. She noted that SEOF was one of the few foundations that understood the challenges in the military community, adding that the gifts would be judiciously distributed to the widows of deceased soldiers. Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.